Hey everyone, welcome to episode 3 of For Crying Out Cloud. You're here with Miss B, and today we're going to be talking about local winds. So what is a local wind? A local wind is a flow of air that's very predictable and it's in a specific area. It's not all over the globe, but it's in one specific area. Local winds are created because of things like mountains and bodies of water. And before we left for the shutdown, we were talking about this when it came to mountains on the shore of an ocean. So you have moist, warm air coming in off the ocean. As it rises, it condenses into clouds, and these very heavily laden, moisture-filled clouds drop a lot of rain on the windward slope. So there's a lot of vegetation here. When you get to the top of the mountain, because of altitude, it's very cold, and that moisture turns to snow. But as it starts to come back over the other side of the mountain, there's no moisture left. So it comes down pretty quickly because of gravity, and because it's very dry, it creates a rain shadow. When we talked about global winds, we talked about warm air rising and cold air sinking. Air moves from an area of high pressure where it's cold to an area of low pressure where it's warm. And that's what makes these winds. So this animation here will show you what this means in terms of land being off of a large body of water like the Great Lakes or an ocean. So there's two kinds of breezes that occur along the coastal areas. Water and land have different heating abilities. Water takes more time to warm up, but it retains heat better. So in the day, when the sun is up, the land heats up very quickly, and the air above it warms up a lot more than the air over the water. Warm air is less dense, so it rises, and you know that creates a low pressure center. The air pressure over the water is higher because it's cooler. And that denser air sinks above the water, and you have a high pressure area made. The air moves to occupy the space created over the land, and the cool air that comes along is called the sea breeze. A sea breeze blows in from the sea to the land. Now, when the sun sets, the land cools down quickly, and you're going to see that the air pressure changes. So at night, the reverse is going to happen. The water is warmer because it retained its heat. And the air over the water is much warmer and less dense, so it's going to rise and create a low pressure center. Here on land, the land did not retain the heat, so it's much cooler, and it's going to sink, creating a high pressure center. This is called a land breeze because the breeze is blowing from the high pressure center to the low pressure center. So this affects Michigan in the winter because it creates lake effect snow. When cold below freezing air moves across the open waters of the Great Lakes, it passes over that warm water of the lake, evaporates, and warms the air, just like it does on the side of a mountain. As the air warms, it becomes less dense and rises. It cools and condenses. It forms clouds. And as it cools, the air releases its moisture in the form of snow. So you would have cold air that's coming in, say from Chicago, and that cold air is going to come in across Lake Michigan. It's going to pick up that warmer temperature and moisture from the lake, which is going to cause it to rise and start to create clouds. Now, the more heat and moisture it picks up, the larger the clouds will grow. And if it's wintertime, it's going to create a lot of moisture, which is going to dump a lot of snow. So you're going to get heavy snow bands on the west coast of Michigan because it's picked up all this moisture, and once it gets here, it's going to dump all of that there, just like it does on the windward side of a mountain. So here are your questions to think about. Does high pressure move to low pressure, or does low pressure move to high pressure? True or false? The side facing the body of water receives the most moisture. Which occurs in the nighttime, a sea breeze or a land breeze? Which occurs in the daytime, a sea breeze or a land breeze? Which heats faster, land or water? Which holds heat better, land or water? You are standing on the shore of Lake Michigan facing the lake. The breeze is blowing toward you. What kind of breeze is this? How do local winds affect Michigan? And finally, where does the moisture for lake effect snow come from? In the Google Classroom, I have left you a document that you can type your answers into and submit them to me. Stay well, be safe, and know that I miss you. Hopefully I'll be able to say, see you soon. Bye-bye.